object. So I'll jump onto the thing. So enough of this theory and everything. So local storage set item is the method. So these are all the method for that object. You have created an object. Okay. You're not, this is not, unfamiliar territory. You know what property is, and you know what a method is. You have created these properties and methods, right? With the person class, in the last session, we created a person class. We created a method called, age and citizenship was a property, and there's a method for tell name. And if I call that method, some operation will happen. That's the same thing. Local storage is just another object that is already created by JavaScript. Now, if you can call this website and you can say set item, and I'm saying Skibble. Skibble is the item name and the item value, because this is the key, guys. This is key. So we can store data in key value pairs. So same thing like object, we can assign a key and put some value in it and save it. Because why do we need a key? If there are 100 items in the local storage, if you want to retrieve one, you can retrieve by this name. So you have to set a name, and you can store a data. You can only store a string in the local storage. Remember, you cannot see it is already saying you should to consume set item. The valid key for this set item method is key of string, value of string. If you try to something else, it will only save it as string. So remember, always store a string in the. So if you have a number converted to string, and if you know that this object is converted to number and then stored to string, you remember to parse it into an integer while you're retrieving it. So that's the obligation that local storage have. So now you need to store it as a string. So I may be storing in my object like this, name Ganesh. Maybe I cannot put string expression the way I put outside, because if I have double quotes outside, I can use the backtick syntax again. Just a moment. Yeah, so I can say Ganesh is training. Now I have set the item. So let me open this in the browser. I think I have opened that in the other browser. Okay. Is there any issue? I think I have to, yeah. No issue. The script is executed perfectly. Now I comment this and nothing happening. Okay. But this time I say local storage dot get item. Get item. What was the item name that I said? Skibble. So let me console dot log the value. See, Ganesh is training was a string that I already set on some other session. So not in this session. Okay. So see, this is being persistent. Last time when we saw anything that you created on JavaScript context was getting deleted on the refresh. Now, no matter how many times I refresh this page, I'm able to retrieve that old value. So this is being persistent. Now, if I don't want to do that because I have a lot of history to depend on the evening session, I don't want to do that. But if I ever have to refresh that, the only way to delete this data, or only way to clear that data is to delete the entire history along with session information and browser data. If I clear this data, then only this data will be deleted. So let me open this live server. Okay. See, each time if I refresh or open or close or do it, so this stores against the URL that I have here. Okay. The local storage works towards the URL that is. If I open the same HTML from another site or like this, I think it will. I'm thinking that it shouldn't. I shouldn't be able to access it. Like, oh, let me find it in Reveal Finder and let me open it like this. And I should not be seeing null. See, the key to this is the same file, local storage file itself. The same file I opened with this URL, with the live server URL, with this local folder URL. The same file is unable to access the same set data. The same file is able to access that key that I have set here. So the local storage works like this, guys. If the local storage is being set against the host, okay, host URL. So where the file is host. For this case, it is hosted on the local storage. So not local storage, local host. So the URL, the address from where your file being loaded onto the browser is really important. This storage, this key, like the local storage, will be stored against the URL, not against the file. Okay, that's something that you have to remember. So if you open the same file from a different URL, you see it as null. If you open the file that you have saved, the last time I saved this value on the browser's cache so that I can retrieve again and again. So why do I need this local setting, Ganesh? Like where I can use it? Because you can use it in many cases where your user said, whenever I come back, so your user came to your website and said that I have a kid for 4 years and show me all the 4 years cloths, like garments. I don't want to see for myself. He set some preferences, okay, and he did not log it in. You have to store it. Next time if he comes back, no things about himself, like he had a kid, he wanted to purchase garments for his kid, 3-year-old kid, and he had saved some sizes, like his size is large, his size is his pants, the kid pant size is something like 26 or 27. So he might have stored a lot of things, and if you bring back from the last session that he used on with your website, this will help him, because you don't have to go through the process again and again. You save it and you get it back when he's coming back to your website, and you can ask him, is this the measurements of your kid from the last time? Do you want to update? Or you can just present him the same information. He can confirm and show that sizes or that particular results to the customer. So that's when you probably use local storage.